Okay, lights on.
They're all trying to get their paperwork together, so we'll wait a couple of minutes. So, because there's an awful lot.
So, when we start, after you do the pledge, do you want me to explain what's going on with Jim's thing?
If you, on this, yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to do
Yeah,
that?
because you talk to him, you know?
Yeah,
And,
and then you can
Somebody's
make the
gonna make the
motion.
motion. Okay.
I'll talk about it.
All
I'll
right.
give the rationale.
okay, yeah. I got 3 copies of this thing. Oh, good. Well, I went down to make 6, and the machine wouldn't work anymore. Okay.
We're on, you guys.
Has everybody got all their paperwork together so we can start the meeting? The meeting is called at 6:35 p.m.
Hopefully not 7:35.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance
Pledge allegiance.
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty for all. Bill, would you take a head count, please?
Sherman Kozak.
Here.
Roger Hamill.
Present.
Frank Gibbs.
Here.
Tricia McCarthy.
Here.
Mary Reardon.
Here.
Barbara White.
Here.
Jim Doggett.
Okay. We're going to, there's 3 preliminary reviews, and we have this one thing from variance extension. I'd like to get that out of the way first, gentlemen, if you don't mind. And again, the reason that he's looking for an extension is because he missed the date of when he started construction. Now, Trish was good enough to call to the circuit rider, and if you don't mind, somebody could read the motion here and see if we all agree with it, or is there any discussion?
And then I can do the rationale. Or I can do the rationale first.
Excuse me, do you need to appoint me as a voting member or anything?
That's right, I'm sorry. Barbara is a voting member this evening, I'm sorry.
In place of McCarthy.
And who else?
Oh, and Roger, or
I'm a voting member also.
voting member this time, okay.
Is Trish,
Barbara's replacing me.
Yeah,
so who's replacing John?
Miss Darren,
Mary is.
Mary. Okay. Sorry about that, gentlemen.
I missed
and
that.
ladies.
Thank you,
Okay.
Roger, for pointing that out.
So anyway, so what Trish was nice enough to do is to talk at the circuit rider, and I don't know if you have copies of this or not, but would you like her to read it out loud, to her suggestion, to clear it up?
So do you want me to explain what the circuit rider said so that you'll understand what we're doing?
That would be good.
So Mr. Ryan went in for his foundation permit, and at the time, the building department explained that he had just missed the 2-year deadline. So he couldn't have a foundation permit until he came back to us. It was suggested that I call Jen, our circuit rider, and I explained he didn't realize, what he said to me is, this is completely by accident. He didn't realize there was an expiration date, and he had a lot of things going on. He was appointed on the police, he ended up the ACO officer, then he had to go to police academy. So there were things that prevented him from doing this foundation and getting started. And Jen said because it was completely accidental, and he did have extenuating circumstances, that the best thing the board could do is to make a motion to give a retroactive extension from the original date, which was March 7th, 2026, to give him, she said 7 months, so that he can be in the building season to October 7th. She said mention in the motion that all conditions have remained the same. There is no different outcome. Everything is exactly the same. And typically we wouldn't do this, but under these circumstances, she recommended it.
I have no problem with giving him an extension,
Yeah.
except I don't see anywhere in the law that we're allowed to give retroactive extensions.
She said we were.
Well, I haven't seen it anywhere. Because I went, I didn't talk to Jen, but I did go looking around.
Yeah.
And the other question that I have is the giving of an extension. The law talks about giving of an extension, but it doesn't really say whether it is done at a public meeting or at a public hearing. In other words, do we need to have a public hearing in order to grant the extension? In which case, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference whether you grant the extension or just give him a new variance.
Yeah, I did ask her that, and she said we wouldn't need a hearing.
Excuse me, what?
I did ask her that, and she said, no, we wouldn't need a hearing
You could just do that at a meeting?
at a meeting.
I mean, I'd like some justification for that. Like that, I don't have a problem with the substance of it. I've just got a problem with the procedural legality of it.
Yep. What does the general majority of the members may think? Because Roger got some valid points. Yeah.
I have no idea.
And I didn't, that's why I called Jen. I had to follow somebody's guidance.
So Roger, if you were to ask for additional information from the circuit rider or whatever source we have, what would be looking for?
I'm looking for the legal justification to give a retroactive extension.
Okay.
So you're looking at this,
And also a clear definition. Though Trish said that the circuit rider already said you don't have to have a public hearing. but-
And I actually did ask, because I had the same mindset that and I'm saying this as kind of a question, do we have to have another public hearing because it's a brand new thing, all new abutters notices, a new application, because of the time frame? And that's when she said, typically you would probably do that, but because of the circumstances, she felt it was reasonable to do retroactive back to that date. So I asked that question, doesn't mean we shouldn't ask her again.
Why does it have to be retroactive?
Because it expired.
Because it expired.
In March.
Right, so why can't we just,
Well, you
from
can't.
now, and give them an extension?
It has to go back to when it expired.
Completely new application, the only way we would.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like typically, probably, if the time was different, you know, maybe if we talked to her and she said, do a retroactive extension, give, you know, an additional 60, 90 days. Well, unfortunately, that doesn't give them enough time if we did 60 or 90. So,
Yeah, I've been on
and
the
again,
board.
I understand everything you're saying.
I've been on the board over 30 years, and we've never had one of these come forward. And
The running out in 2 years is relatively new.
yeah. But I think no matter how we decide to go tonight, I think it would be a good idea to kind of add that to our procedures. How would we handle something like this in the future?
We can do that.
Do we decide to
Well,
have
yeah.
a meeting? Do we decide to just a public meeting? You know, that type of thing.
Yep.
Yes, Jim.
In RSA 674:44, variance authorized under paragraph 1 shall be valid if exercised within 2 years from the date of final approval or as further extended by local ordinance or by the zoning board of adjustment for good cause. Which means that you can extend it for good cause, provided that no such variance shall expire within 6 months after the resolution of the planning application filed in reliance upon the variance. That second part doesn't call. However, or is further extended by the zoning board of adjustment for good cause.
Yeah, but that doesn't address the questions that I raised. One, how do you do it? It doesn't say what you need to do an extension. And also, it doesn't say that you can extend it retroactively. Clearly, if he had come in February, we could give him an extension.
Exactly.
Can we legally do it now?
As variances are recorded documents at Rockingham County Registrar of Deeds, it's a legal document that you're extending, and like Trish said, you make it retroactive. The fact that he didn't realize that it had expired, I believe is good cause and serves justice.
Ladies and gentlemen, any further comments? What's the general consensus? Do we move forward and approve it this evening? Or do we wait? But I'm not sure what. But it seems to me that what Jim was just reading, it,
Right.
we wouldn't have any difficulty if we approve this.
I think what he just read said the same
Suffices.
thing, that we would be able to,
Yeah,
Yeah.
to do it.
I think so
Mary, do you
too.
have a
Well,
comment?
It says that we can do such a thing.
Yeah.
Give extensions, there's no question about that.
It doesn't say we can do it retroactively, and I suppose the question is, what would be the ramifications if we did it and we weren't supposed to do it?
Could I answer that maybe? And Jim might be able to weigh in on it. But if you don't make it retroactive, it's a new application.
Right.
So it sounded like, and again, I hate to ask you, but you could read it again. It sounded like there was something about based on some original date. So I think and that's why Jen said it to me, if you have to make it retroactive in order for it to be an active application. I'm saying that kind of as a statement, but maybe as a question.
Okay, so
And
if
that's
we,
why the time frame is only for 6 months from 3/7 to 10/7.
Right, I
Because
think
you're
that's
only allowed
7
to
months.
Extend it for
Yeah.
6 months.
I mean, at that point, I would say that if we're going to extend it,
Yeah.
it would make more sense to give them a year. You make it to go to March of '27.
I would agree with that, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
because there's nothing in there saying that the extension has to have a certain time frame.
Well, you have to give a date. You can't just say, it's extended.
Right,
No, I know that, but the RSA doesn't say you need to give them,
right, and she said that.
And considering where we are, I think if you're going to do it, you should do it for a year, from March. So it would be extended to March 7th.
Actually, the notice of decision was recorded on April 12th, so that actually
Well,
makes it
okay.
one less month that he's beyond.
No, it's not the date recording, it would be the date of the decision.
yeah, I think it said
The
the date
date
of the
of the
decision.
Signing the decision doesn't count, the date of recording is what counts. And it actually says, from the date of final approval, it's not.
Yeah,
considered
the
finally
board
approved.
approves it, the Register of Deeds doesn't approve it.
Right, but usually the courts consider the recording date as being.
Like the notice of decision.
Tell everybody you have 1 month to, after we approve something.
Yeah, well, that's the appeal period.
Okay.
So if we give them an extension to what period would you say it would go to, Roger?
3/7/2027, right?
Yeah. Does anybody have any other comments before we, and would somebody like to make a motion? Would you like to read this?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I will make the motion to grant the homeowner of 2 Laura Lane a 12-month retroactive extension from 3/7/2026 to 3/7/2027. All conditions on the ZBA notice of decision executed on 3/7/26 were the same and the outcome has not changed.
Second?
Was there a second on that?
Yes,
Okay, I
Frank.
have a second.
So I know I'm sitting over here, but I have a question.
Go ahead.
So what Jim said, it sounded like, and I heard something different from Jen, so I just want
Yeah.
to let you guys decide. She made it sound like because the date on the application from the building department was 10/7/26, that was actually retroactive for the building department, not us. But to piggyback on what Jim said, it sounds like the notice of decision is the date that you want to use, and that was an April date, not this March date?
No, the date, the April date is the date that the Registry of Deeds recorded it.
That's our decision. Is that what you meant?
Our decision was made in March.
The decision.
No, it wasn't.
The notice of decision was signed on March 7th, 2022.
Oh, the notice of decision was.
However, remember, the bottom of it, it says that it's not final
For 30 days.
in case
Oh, that's why you said April. All right.
April 7th.
I knew you said April, so I wanted to ask that as a question. Okay.
So we end up talking about this issue, we're going to have a vote? Okay. Bill, would you call a vote?
Mr. Hamel,
No,
Mr. Gibbs,
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy,
Not me.
Ms. Reardon,
Yes.
Mrs. White,
Yes?
Mr. Doggett.
I'm not voting.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah,
You
I'm a
didn't get
voting.
Jack.
I'm not a voting.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're right, I didn't get Jack. And Jack, sorry.
Yay, I'm with it. Okay. Motion carries. Next on the agenda. Bill, you read the second item we have on our agenda, please.
Driveway variance. Jonathan Cologne, 34 Smith Corner Road, requests a variance for a driveway on his property. Map 8, Block 3, Lot 9-1.
Mr. Chairman, I'm in a butter to this property, so therefore I'll be recusing myself.
Thank you, Roger. Let me get this, let me
Do
get
we
the
need to
paper.
appoint somebody in his place for this?
We're full. We're full with you and, yeah. Oh, and Jim, you're going to be a voting member sitting in for Roger. Now, the only issue that I have, just looking at this, and I'm not sure how the other members felt, that there's no variance to be given that I can see. If somebody could tell me that, I'd appreciate it. What you're really trying to do is tell us that we need to change it by an administrative decision. Who was Mike Pavero, you know? And I'm not sure at this time how that would work, because again, there's no denial in your request. Am I wrong? People just back me up, and I'm reading the request, and all it is the different, the criteria is number 1 through 3, 4, and 5, but there's not a variance to put your hands on. You know what I'm saying? Well, what he's trying to do, I believe, is whatever Mike Pavero did on the road, and I'm no road expert, and that's why he denied it. He's trying to say that we should remove that denial, from what I can understand.
But Mr. Pavero is the approving person for driveways.
That is
And
correct.
if he says that this is not a good place to put it, or for factors of the
For
land.
whatever reasons
then
that are out of-
that's-
yeah.
He's the
Yeah.
person who has authority over this.
Yes.
Right.
I agree with you 100%. Yes, Mary?
I noticed that there's the part where they're asking for the variance for specific ordinance is not filled in. So
Yeah.
what are we giving,
Yeah.
that would be a question I have. What are we giving, which
Yeah,
ordinance are we giving this variance for?
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure what the next step of this would be.
Well, I think they at least have to fill that part in, so we'll know what we're dealing with.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Mr. Chairman,
Could you give your name and... could you-
Roger Hamel, as a interested member of the public. Basically, from what it appears, what you're saying, because I didn't even read the application, but what it is not a request for a variance, it's a request for it's an appeal of an administrative decision. The road agent is the administrator of that decision. You, as the Board of Adjustment, are the first place to get relief from a town official who makes a ruling that they want a relief from. So yeah, then it wouldn't be a request for a variance, it would be a request for an appeal of an administrative decision.
Thank you. I think you're right.
We have some discussion about Roger's comments.
Well, this application is the wrong form if that's what he
Yeah.
needs to be asking for.
Yeah, it's kind of like a, yes, Mr.
I
Doggett.
was gonna say, there need to be some, whichever application they use, and I agree with Mr. Hamel that this is an appeal of an administrative decision. The map block and lot number on this application are incorrect.
On the current lot we have, I mean,
Yeah, it's block 3, 9-1. I don't have the tax maps in front of me to tell you which map it's on.
Map 8.
would the applicant like to come up to the podium and give us a little,
It's map 8, block 3, lot 9-1.
Right, that's what's on the driveway permit.
So we not actually, once you walk out, the reason that when they first gave
Could you
the...
just state your name and your address, please? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so my name is Jonathan Colon, owner of 32 Corner Road,
Okay.
Smith Corner Road. So the reason he didn't give us the good okay for the driveway is because once you go into the driveway, once for the foundation, the setback gets to 7 feet from the property line. But at the front of the entrance, where we actually have the driveway coming out, he totally agreed that that was the safest point of the lot for us to pull out. Because before, when they first got the subdivision, which was approved by the board, the road was on the opposite side. So on the opposite side, for us to be able to pull out, we would have to dig the driveway at least 4 or 5 feet for us to have access. So when you have access coming out, you actually can see good to your left. So it just makes it harder for you to pull out of the property. So the reason that he denied it is just because the setbacks, once you go inside the property and you go down to the driveway, so it's like 5 to 7 feet from the property line. It wasn't really because once you pull out, it's inside the property, about 100 feet in the property. But front of the property is like 30 feet from the property line. And then the next door neighbor's driveway is actually on my property line also. So I don't see why it's a problem for us not getting the driveway.
It was mentioned here at some time in our early discussion here that this should probably be turned over to the planning board. Because from what, was it you that said that, Trish? I'm
Mike
sorry.
Pavero,
That
yes.
Mike Pavero said if he went to the planning board, they'd either say yes or no, and then he'd step back. That's,
Yeah, because you only
I'm
have...
trying to find where we go next.
What's because the setback, once you pull inside the property, like 100-something feet, that is close to the property line. But coming out of the property, he totally agrees that's the safest point for us to pull out of the property. You got vision on your left and vision on your right, I think 200-something feet, so he tested. He said, this is perfect. The only thing I have a problem is, which I know you're gonna have a problem down the road, so I prefer just rejecting it now, because you might have problems down the road when you're gonna get your full inspection of the house, just because of the setback on the property line. inside like 100 something feet inside the property. I also got a letter for the next door neighbor that where he sees a driveway, he's okay with it also.
Yes, I read the letter, yes.
Yeah.
I have question.
Jim.
This little drawing, which is not
Yeah.
very easy to follow, it shows that the edge of the driveway that you want is like right up against the property line. That's not allowed. But my question is, if you can't use the original driveway because you changed where the septic system is, why can't you just use a portion of it and just park in the driveway before you get to where the new septic
Just have
system
two-
is? And not worry about putting another driveway on the other side of the
Just
house?
have two-car garage underneath it, the foundation is already up. So once we got that approved, they should have let me know that. I sent all the plans, so the foundation actually was gonna be, so the building inspector just should have not have approved it for me, if you know I'm gonna put a driveway to there, you know what I mean? So it doesn't make sense, so it has a two-car garage underneath. So at least the building inspector, he should have rejected my foundation from the first time. And then I would have just pulled everything back and. So, and then the other thing is that if you go to the lot, my property line in the front is basically on the next door's driveway. My property line takes 3 feet of the next door's driveway, actual driveway, for it to
Oh,
come in.
ask him,
I
Jim,
think
I'm sorry.
ask him this question.
beneficial whether it's going to be here that we're supposed to look at this or the planning board. If we had something more than just this piece of
Yeah,
property from the driveway.
Yeah,
from,
I'm not sure what this all
Mr.
means here.
Rivero,
Right.
Letting us know exactly what his issue is. You know, denied because of the property line doesn't say, well, but it's too close because it's supposed to be 25 feet from the property line. So I think we need, whoever's going to get this, whether it's the planning board or if it's here with the correct application, needs a little more information from Mr. Pavero.
Did Mike say anything else to you about the denial?
All he said was that, and this is in his opinion, that had this gone to planning board first, and planning board was okay with it, and we got some planning board people here, he said he would have taken that and run with it. But it didn't go to planning board, so he had to deny it.
He denied it for a building permit. For a foundation permit, you don't need a driveway permit.
Mike hasn't, no, Mike denied this, not a foundation. Yeah.
Right, but you need a driveway permit to get a building permit.
So-
To get a foundation
But he also
permit,
changed-
you don't need a driveway
He's not
permit.
building anything, he just wants to move the driveway.
Wants to
Is
move
that
the
correct?
driveway.
So right now, if you guys have the plan before that the planning board actually approved, the driveway is literally 8 feet away from the other property line on the other side, from the front all the way back, so I don't see what's the problem about the 25 feet. If you guys approved it the first time, the planning board approved it the first time, 8 feet from the property line. We have all the paperwork when they did the subdivision, and if you guys take measurement, it's not even 8 feet where the actual driveway was approved the first time, in 2024, so that's why I don't see why it's a problem. We just moved it to a safer place. It's just, once you get down to the bottom, it just doesn't meet the setback. But the first plan that the planning board approved, only had 8 feet. If you guys look at the plan, he has, I gave everything to him. You
So
can-
do I take it that,
Check it out.
this plan here has been changed? This is really not where the driveway is now? Did you said you
Yes, we
changed
switched
it?
it from the first paper that they submitted for the subdivision had the driveway on the opposite side, already approved with where the septic was gonna go. So I moved it to the other side just because the land is high on that side, so we have to dig at least 5 or 6 feet for us to be able to get the driveway out. So no matter what, you don't have safe point to look when you actually come out of the driveway. And the setback, if you guys look at the plans, you should have it there. I gave all that paperwork. If you look at the plan, it's not even 8 feet from the opposite of the property line. So that's why I don't get the 25 feet if they already proved something that had 8 feet from the property line on the opposite side. That's why I don't get what's the point of
Mr. Chair.
those
You
5 or
say-
7
are you
feet at the
saying
bottom.
that the original driveway is only 8 feet from the property line?
The original driveway.
But let me explain something to you. But that's existing. Now,
No, it wasn't existing. It was, they subdivided the land. The land was subdivided, so when they subdivided, they have to show what they actually want to get on the property. So the property never had a driveway. But you guys approved it first, the planning board approved it first, 8 feet from the opposite side of the property line. If, he should have all that paperwork, all the plans.
The driveway, you didn't get a permit. That's the whole problem.
Right.
You didn't get a driveway permit before you started to work.
Yes,
On the opposite side, you mean?
doesn't matter.
You didn't have a driveway permit. That's why we're here now. You should have got a driveway permit before the foundation permit.
Yeah, so that's something that I don't know, I've submitted, if they, whoever
You can get a foundation permit and put your foundation anywhere.
So they gave me the foundation, you guys gave it to me. I came here, submitted the foundation permit, they just gave me the foundation, I did my foundation. I don't have all the knowledge.
The first thing you should have done is get a driveway permit.
So
That's
to
the
whoever.
first thing you do on a house lot.
My paperwork, whoever gave me the foundation permit should have not submitted it, which it was you guys here for.
They don't ask that. They ask it for the building permit, not for the foundation permit.
Foundation permit. They gave me a foundation permit.
Right. They don't ask for a driveway permit for a foundation permit.
I don't have the, if I
Jack.
would've had the knowledge, trust me, I would've done everything the way it was supposed to be for me, not going through all this stuff.
Jim's trying to talk.
Jim, you have something? I'm sorry.
Yeah, this was, the location of the driveway on this lot was heavily discussed when it was before the planning board. I believe Mr. Gibbs may have been there.
No.
Ms. White
I wasn't there.
was there.
Yes.
There's a problem on that section of Smith Corner Road, there's a little knoll, and the driveway was shown, and I believe there's a note on the plan that the driveway must conform to the plan because of they move it down to the way it's drawn on the little map that says denied. You don't have the required
Site distance.
line of sight
Right.
in both directions because there's a knoll in the way, which means that anybody going north on Smith Corner Road could very easily hit somebody. That's why the driveway was required to be put almost at the top of the knoll, and then you could actually see down. This was,
Right.
I mean, it was like a 2.5-hour sidewalk while people stood around debating. I'm not certain if Trish was there for conservation.
I was.
But that's why the driveway was where it was specified on the plan, because normally subdivision plans don't show a driveway.
Right.
It is on that plan, because originally, the original plan that Fresh Acre Farms had submitted showed it as being a double wide driveway on the property line, very similar to what is shown on that.
The thing from Mike.
I don't have a
Yeah.
copy of it, so I
Yeah.
can't pull it up. Thank you, Mr. Green. But yes, the original driveway that Fresh Acres, and they had to change that because it was going to run right up here. Now it has to be on the other side of the property.
Right,
That is what the recorded plan shows.
right.
You know, it hasn't been moved 8 foot,
Right.
it's been moved 108 feet.
Right. I have another question too.
Go
when you're
ahead.
finished- When you're finished, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the plans had to be redrawn because they couldn't put the driveway
Yeah.
Right,
where it's being shown on that plan. And Mr. Pervera was present for that entire discussion on the sidewalk. And everybody agreed with him that where the drawn driveway was not acceptable because you didn't have the southern view because of the knoll.
right.
You have plenty of, you can have plenty of line of sight.
The other way.
So, what's the road agent's name? So Mike, so if anybody could talk with him, he does agree with the actual, where we actually pulling out of the driveway, he totally agrees where it's at. He thinks that's the safest spot where, to have us coming out of the property. He just concerned is just about the setbacks coming inside the property. He's not concerned about us pulling out of the driveway. He's concerned about when it goes down, that's why if he would, I told him like to write something up, which he didn't. So what he's concerned is just of the property line. He's not concerned why, once we pull out of the driveway. That anybody could talk to him, he's gonna say the same thing. He's not concerned about, he's just concerned about the setbacks inside the property.
Well, wherever this, whether it's going to, whether it needs to come back here with a different application or go to the planning board, it needs a better plan than just this little
Yes.
thing,
Yeah, because
notation here.
we're looking at that,
You know,
and
because
he's talking
if
completely different.
Everything is, from what I'm understanding from what you're telling me, is the fact that from the original plan that was okayed for the building, things have changed. But you never came back to make any changes to alter the plan, which now, okay, the house may be in the same place, but your septic is not where it was, and that's what's messing up the driveway that's existing. So I think your plan that you provided to the planning board needs to be brought up to whatever it is now to show the existing conditions right now, because what you're saying is not what was approved.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Makes
You've
sense.
changed,
Yeah, no,
everything's
no,
changed.
I'm just concerned about just the property line, the feet from the property, that's all I'm concerned, because
I'm not worried about that right now. I'm just saying from what you told us with this, where everything is different from the approved plan. And so you need to come back to change that. And you need to
the
come back, I
plans.
believe, to the planning board, because that's who okayed the original plan.
Yes,
So he
yes.
needs to go to the planning
Planning
board to
board.
have the plan changed.
Yes.
Not come to us
Yeah.
to
Do
get
we
it.
agree, do we agree with that, to send them back to the planning board?
That
Because
would
it makes no sense to deal, we can't deal with this, we know that.
We need a real set of
Yeah,
plans
right,
to
a real
see
template, that's
exactly
correct,
what's
yeah.
going on.
And we need a little more description from the road agent,
Yeah.
too.
Could I mention, so, and we're all looking at the same thing, unless, I don't know if Mr. Doggett has it, but where Mike signed denied,
Yeah.
he did draw a line and put because of property lines, so he is talking about setbacks, but just to throw that out there.
Okay.
Yeah. Is everybody in agreement that we should send them back to the planning board?
To the
Jim?
planning board, or just a set of plans so we can see
Yes,
what we're
right.
looking at?
Definitely a new set of plans, we know what the heck we're talking about. This is
Which
like,
a new set of plans, if it's different from the original
Yeah.
approved one, it needs
Yeah.
to go back to the planning board
Yeah.
to get
Right.
updated.
yeah. Okay. Does somebody want to make a motion that we send them back to the planning board, please?
I'll move to remand this to the planning board for
Okay.
their decision.
Okay.
Second, yeah.
Bill, would you take a vote count, please?
Mr. Ham, Mr. Gibbs,
Yes.
Ms. Reardon,
Yes,
Mrs. White,
Yes,
Mr. Goddard, Mr. Kozak.
Yes. We are all done.
So what do I do? What should I, what's the process? So you
Well,
guys
you're gonna
will-
get a correct set of plans made when you go to the planning board. Anything else that might be array or
So
whatever.
I could know the right step.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't know the right step in the beginning, I would
Yeah.
do it the right way and not. Once I submitted that permit, I knew I needed to give the permit. Like the driveway, you know what I mean? That's what makes sense for us. Just, so I gotta go over here to the city hall, right?
You know, the planning board, correct.
Planning board,
Yeah.
and then do I bring an architect?
If they approve all that stuff, then we don't even have to get involved. Unless there's a legitimate variance is too close to the road or whatever, those type of things. Yeah,
well, he still may have an issue with the proposed driveway being too close to the property line.
yeah, okay.
But you can just,
Yeah.
you can just, do that with the planning board.
Yeah, there might be some minor variances.
Yeah. My property line in front, it takes a whole driveway, so.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Jack, Jim,
I'm sorry, Jim.
Put a driveway along the property line
you cannot have parking on the property line.
Say that again?
Yeah, the driveway is acceptable, you can put those pretty much right up, but you can't have any parking area, which is on that sheet. of
That's what it's
paper.
showing.
It shows parking right up to the property line, you can't do that. It can only be a driveway.
No, it has like 6 or 7 feet away from the property, and it's not on the driveway.
Jonathan, go up to the mic so people can hear you, hon.
So the bottom of the driveway doesn't go to the property line. It doesn't touch the property line. It's not on the property line. I still got about 7 to 6 feet away from the property line. The actual where actually I'm gonna go put into my driveway, it's not on the property.
That would need to be shown a lot better on the drawing.
Right, and I think it's 20 feet you're supposed to be away.
Yeah, I know that, but
25?
25 feet.
I know, but the subdivision plan was approved with 8 or 9 feet. You guys can look it up, so I don't see what's the difference. Yeah, I'll come during the weekend, then see what they're gonna say.
If I can find my paperwork, I'll be all set to continue here. Sorry, I'm a little bit of a mess here, I apologize. Too much paperwork.
I know,
tonight.
I get it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is,
Okay.
excuse me. What the heck did I do? What did I do with that? Okay. Okay, this number 3, construction variance for James Richards. Bill, would you read that, please?
Construction variance for James Richards, 141 South Main Street, 6 variance for the construction of a swimming pool, map 13, block 3, lot 13.
Would the owner or representative like to take the podium? Just your name and your address, please.
James Richards, 141 South Main Street, Newton, New Hampshire. I'm just looking for a variance so I can put it above ground. I'm kind of landlocked. I got a hardship because of where everything's located on the property. I
Excuse me
can't
one
be
second. Can everybody hear him?
No, it's,
Is that mic on?
Hello, testing.
Ah,
Sorry.
There we go. Sorry
I'm
about
mumble.
that.
I mumble. I apologize. First time ever doing this. I apologize. I just need a variance if I could get one to put a swimming pool in because I'm up against a hardship with the lot itself. I have a septic system and a leaching field a little bit in the way, and in the back it's a drop off, so I don't really have enough room in the backyard. The property is narrow but deep. It's 2 acres, but it's narrow, so the 25-foot rule is not going to work if you allow me to get a pool. But
no, not really. I mean, all of there's this
Yeah.
that doesn't show anything.
We don't have a plot plan,
Gave the, you gave
a certified plot plan.
Basically, there's
Yeah, no good.
things that,
No, we don't accept that.
What are you looking
we
for?
We need a plot plan that's going to show where the septic system is, the well.
you didn't get that? You didn't get the one? I
you
turned
gave a rough,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's $3,500 to get a professional one. So I'm only looking, I got both the neighbors that say that that's perfectly fine. It's a swimming pool, it's not a,
Almost think we could use the septic plan and put it on the septic plan where the pool's going.
filled out the application and gave everything, it's my first time, he said that that would be acceptable, that you guys would be able to read that. So I turned that in, I paid the money, and that's what we got. I don't know what you can't read about it, but I know it's not an official piece of paper, but it's,
Roger, you're back to a voting member. Thank you. Okay. Okay.
so,
But we-
first of all,
yeah.
in terms of the application,
Yeah.
not the substance of what he's asking for,
Okay.
but the nature of the application. First of all, I didn't see any denial,
Yeah.
and on the application, the section of what he's asking for is blank,
It's blank.
is blank.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a denial, the building inspector.
I missed it when I was looking through this, okay.
This is above ground pool?
It is, yeah.
But yeah, and I mean, the drawing, we really need a scale drawing.
Yeah. That's why I said the septic plan would give us all the information
If
that you
he had
need.
said that, I definitely would have brought it.
In
I
the-
just, I was hoping to get it approved, I mean, yeah.
They should
You
have
don't
one
You
downstairs.
don't have one at the town hall? I mean, this is what the building inspector gave me to bring to the meeting. So, the one that denied me. He said that,
Well,
he said this should be fine.
If
It
you, when you,
it's
when you
just a-
talk to Bill and he reviewed the specifications you need, it's right there, that you need a certified plot plan.
This is a certified plot plan,
But
but,
it,
I mean, I don't do this every day, so.
What are you showing us?
We don't have that one.
What, no,
I didn't get that in my package.
I submitted it.
No, I don't have it either.
I'm not seeing it.
Can you use this?
okay, is this what you're talking about?
No, ma'am, can I show you this?
Yeah. Oh, we don't have this.
Oh, I apologize to you.
no, no.
That wasn't included in the original document that I received by email. That I
But-
printed directly from what you sent me, so
Oh, all right. No problem.
that wasn't in there. I mean, if you sent it along.
Are we going to accept that?
It's only a swimming pool, it's not like. I want to do is make sure that.
Okay, yo,
No,
yo,
no,
yo,
no,
yo.
no, I'm not accusing you, yes, no, if I missed it, I missed it, I apologize. Yeah, so I didn't
But
know.
we need a plot plan. We need where every location is. Yeah.
You need to control,
Yeah, the septic plan is gonna show better where the leach field is and all of that. And then you could draw.
Okay, let's hold up for 1 minute,
Yeah.
please.
It could-
First of all, we need a certified plot plan. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Because there's a lot going on.
I think the septic plan
Yeah, right,
would
septic
work.
tank, neighbors, property, a certified plot plan that's not on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It's, we want to show them a description of what we actually receive. It's, here's a certified plot plan here.
I just want to ask one question.
Yes, ma'am.
The place where you want to put your pool, is it uphill or downhill from the leach field?
It's level,
It's level?
beside it.
Okay.
See, on the certified plot plan, there's got to be dimensions that you might have to be from the swimming pool, the septic system, your neighbor's property. We don't know that, and that's,
Right.
and it's all in feet and inches, you know.
It's different for
that
an
means we-
above-ground pool as one in the ground.
Yeah,
Those measurements away from it are different.
yeah. Is this it, I'm above ground or in ground?
Above ground is a lot closer.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just think the septic plan, we can get all that information off of that.
Yeah. We keep on, what's the word I'm using? Getting away from our plans. You know, the qualifications for a certified plot plan, the 1 to 20, and it bothers the heck out of me. We've got to keep to that standard from these people that come in. And unfortunately, him not reading this, or Bill didn't tell him about it enough, maybe he needs to highlight it
I'm not accusing Bill of anything.
in what we
probably-
need, you know?
I probably missed it, so.
But,
It's fine.
but again, that, you know, if you're coming in for variances, which looks like you might, I'm not sure really looking at
What
it.
I need.
Pardon me?
That's exactly what I want, a
Yeah.
variance.
And, you know, you might be 10 feet from your septic system, or whatever the heck, you know, and it's a lot easier to come up with some calculations for that, you know?
You're also going to need to put
Plot
down what
plan won't
article
give you
and
the
section.
actual
so-
measurement of the leach field, because the leach field's in the ground.
Yeah.
You have to go to the septic plan to get all those measurements.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying the septic plan, we can get all of that information off of that.
It would be on a plot plan.
Right,
Yeah, right.
big sheet.
Yeah.
I mean, how far away do you have to be away from the septic plant, or
I
septic
think it's
system
like
in the
5
leach-
feet
I
for
mean,
above
I'm
ground.
way further than 5 feet away from that, but I can't prove it, right? Is that what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
In the ground, I think it's like 20 or 25, but above ground, it's very close.
I mean, I got enough room for that. The only thing is, I'm trying to keep it in a spot where my neighbors would like it, and, you know, I probably could have even moved it up a little if it's only 5 feet, I could have just had it approved. But I'm trying to keep the pool in an area where it will satisfy my next door neighbor, you know, the abutting neighbor. That was her that was here early with the little girl, but she had to go.
And
because,
how many feet are you away from the abutters property?
I'm about 10 feet away on one side and 7 feet on the other
so
side,
those
and I
are
got
very-
14-foot bushes
So
separating
those
the
would be
property.
variances you're gonna be looking for.
That's right.
right.
That's all I need.
Yeah.
But I could
And
have
that's why
shifted the pool.
Again, a certified plot
I
plan,
thought my drawing
Yeah.
would be clear enough for the board, but I guess you guys, you know, you need it in certain specs or whatever. I don't know.
We use a
I use
ruler
the
that's-
tape measure, you know.
we use a
It
rule
doesn't
that's 1 to
change.
20 to calculate. to make
It's
sure
not
the
going to
numbers are
change.
right. Yeah.
It's not going to change. Those are the measurements.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, if somebody was, you know, disputing it, I could see you guys saying, hey, no way. But I mean, I got both neighbors, and the person behind me is about 5 acres of woods. She can't even see it, so
We can just put the pool out 25 feet, but it's gonna affect.
you're gonna see it.
You need to be up there if you're going to talk, please. Sorry.
Thank you, Barbara.
So the thing is, if we
women.
stick to the 25 feet from the property line, it's gonna be, even, that's why she came. It's gonna be a nuisance for her. It's gonna be right smack dab in their windows. Right now, we have these 20-foot arborvitaes, her fence. Nobody will see anything. The only people who will see the pool is us. But we put it out 25 feet, everyone's gonna see it.
I mean, I'll get approved
Yeah.
from the
And
regular.
we're trying to keep it so it's simple and no one's gonna really look at it and just.
And it's not like I can put it out back because it drops off. So if I could do that, I would. The only other place for me to do it and easily get a permit from the building inspector is gonna be in their site. And I talked to the neighbor, and they said they would rather have it back in the spot that we're trying to put it. But we didn't realize it was gonna be a whole big thing, you know what I mean? It's an
Yeah,
above ground.
you know, but you know, just think of that if you sell that house and you didn't get variances from that 10 feet from your neighbors and so forth, the new person who moves into the other house would say, hey, you gotta tear that down.
Can I ask you a question? If the other person moves into the house, he's gonna see what he's buying, right?
Yeah,
So when he looks at the property, he's gonna see that there's a pool 10 feet from the property,
Yeah.
right?
You can't
So
even
he
see
did-
the pool from his.
He
But-
could just easily say, I'm not gonna buy the property because I don't want the pool 10 feet from my property.
but we've seen circumstances in town that people don't go and do those measurements, but they do after they're living there for 6 months. Yeah.
Well, obviously, after I'm done, the inspector's gotta come out and
Yeah.
make sure I do the measurements, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
But again, that's-
I would never do something.
But if you get a legitimate variance, if you didn't get a legitimate variance, then the neighbor has all the complaints in the world.
But I'm here to get a
Yeah,
legitimate.
exactly, right. Just wanted to throw that out, yeah.
No, I
Yeah.
understand what you're saying.
Jim?
One of the big things, especially with above-ground pools, is not so much the pool itself, which is considered a temporary structure, is when you start adding things like a deck. And
But for the preliminary review, we're talking about not the application itself, but whether or not the application is complete and we have all the right paperwork. The merits of the application are not the appropriate time to discuss it.
well, what I was gonna say is that all needs to be shown on a plan, any decking, ladders, what have you, because things grow.
What kind of pool is it?
The pool includes the decking, we put
It's-
that all in
it's-
there. It's one of those like kayak pools, like a Gibraltar,
Right,
with all the
you-
deckings included.
Right, it shows it on there.
We're not gonna build decking, it's
I
already
haven't
included.
forgotten about you, Mary. Yeah.
It's 16 by 32, including the decking.
Right.
The pool itself is only 12 by 24. So but the whole pool is 16 by 32.
I'm going to give the floor to Mary. Mary had some comments.
Yeah, well, as I looked at this application to see if it was complete and sufficient for us to move, it didn't have, that Roger mentioned, it doesn't say what variance, what ordinance they're looking for the variance. There was no plot plan, which we've discussed, but there's also no abutter list,
Yeah.
so he should have an abutter list.
There was no abutters list in there, yeah. Bill, did you get an abutters list in this one? Okay, okay.
And the only other thing is when you printed this, it seems to have chopped off some of the responses.
Yeah.
Does an abutters list, is that a direct question on that application? Oh, I'm sorry, there, yeah.
Yeah.
I planned on having them both here, but
Yeah.
one of them had to leave and the other one was running late. So,
There's only one neighbor that abuts it.
Yes,
So
Jim?
those were the things that, just that the sentences are chopped off, and I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a matter of printing, and the printer wanted to have certain margins, and the document was wider than that, but if we could just find out what the last couple of words are in number 2 and number 5 on the application, that would be good.
Jim?
It would be very important on whether or not they do a certified plot plan or use the septic plan, is showing the topography of the land, because that size pool is going to contain a large volume of water. And one of the things that need to be taken into consideration is going to be what happens if the pool springs a leak.
well, let me ask you a question. What happens if the neighbor that I gotta look down, 2 houses down, his pool leaks? He's got the exact same pool set up in his yard. It's 2 houses
It's
down.
going down a major drop off.
Yeah,
However, because you're uphill from them,
Yeah.
you may be washing out.
you guys,
So, but again,
it's a pool, it's not, I'm not building, you know.
Jim, that again is not an appropriate area for us to consider.
At this time.
I was just, at this time.
Well, what do you mean at this time? Like, what are you considering? Like, if the pool springs a leak, it's gonna flood somebody out?
Next month.
Well, no, but tonight, we're here only to see if the application is complete.
And it's not, so.
But if it were, then we would move to have a public hearing.
This could go on a few times in a row, is that what you're telling me?
Hopefully,
I mean,
if things go well, it takes 2 months. If you come in
Right.
once,
then you,
and we make sure that the application is complete and ready to make a decision. Then we move it next month to a public hearing in which all of the abutters have to be notified. We have to make a notice in the newspaper. And then we have the public hearing.
Which I understand that.
And discuss the merits of the application.
yeah, it's almost easier just to put it out to 25 feet and get a permit. Yeah, I mean, then everybody will look at it. It's just, you guys, exactly.
The thing is, when we come in, somebody should give us the right paperwork from the beginning.
We asked-
Explain to us everything. We don't do this for a living.
Yeah, oh, I understand that,
We don't
yeah.
have anything to do with this for a living.
I mean, he's talking about if the pool
I wanna know what the
breaks,
question is. The pool bre-
you know,
Come on.
guys.
If you look, excuse me 1 second here. If you read this, I'm just going to read a little bit of it. The names and mailing addresses of all the butters on the property within 50 feet. You know, mailing labels and all that stuff. So everything is about 9, you know, you understand. But my recommendation is to come up with a certified plot plan. Again, can we, if you can just hold up for a couple of minutes? Okay.
You need the septic plan.
I don't want to accept it.
If I give you a certified
is
plot
gonna do.
plan
Yeah.
and a certified septic system plan, what else on this application is not correct that I need to fix? So I understand.
Can we,
I don't waste my time coming to 5 different meetings.
pardon me?
Go online,
I have gone online, it's,
wait, let me say something.
yeah.
If you go online, on our website, there's in the left-hand column something that says instructions and fees. Have you looked at that? It says all these 7 items that you need.
We just came to visit the building, and we went by
Yeah, I mean,
Together and said, bring this with you. Cut and dry. I guess it's not cut and dry.
no. I'll try to do
Again,
better next time.
Don't leave yet.
Yeah, don't leave.
So,
No, not, because my
I mean-
thing is, are you going to be able to get all of this done in 2 weeks?
When is our next meeting?
Well, our next meeting is in a month, but it has to be done before we mail out the
Yes.
notices. So are you gonna be able to have a complete application
yes,
in 2 weeks?
yes, sir.
And have the abutter notices to Bill, so that, so,
Notices for another preliminary review.
No, this is going to be,
If you're going to a hearing,
yeah, we're talking about it.
this is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Next month, are we gonna go to another preliminary, or are we gonna go to a public hearing?
Well, look, let's go to a public meeting. If we're going to get to what we need to expect from him, A, B, C, or D.
So
If
you're
it's not there, then,
Not go to a public
yeah,
hearing?
go to a public meeting if he comes with it.
Don't-
Okay.
Are we going to do a second preliminary review,
Yeah.
or are we gonna go to a public hearing?
Do we need to go to a second preliminary review if he brings in what we require?
So then it's gonna be at least 2 more months.
Right, I'd rather get it in 2 weeks if I can. I mean, get your,
The timeframe that he's talking about, so that you understand. You're gonna come back in September, and we'll make sure that all the paperwork is right. And then we would have a public hearing in October.
right, just in time for winter. So. I'll see you guys in the spring. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
You know, are you gonna be back here in a month or not?
No, I'm good, thank you.
So wait a minute, so now. If he's gonna withdraw
I don't
the
want to move
application.
the pool because people aren't going to be happy with where the pool is, but we don't care. We're going to see the pool either way. I was just trying to accommodate my neighbors, but you can't stop me from putting it where it's legally can be put.
So are you officially withdrawing your application?
Yes, I am. Thank you. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
So he's got to go back to the code enforcement officer? Did I hear what he said? He's removing his, yeah?
He's gonna build his pool
Yeah.
where he doesn't need a variance.
Yeah.
And that's,
That's it.
Happy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and to make the neighbor happy was gonna cost him a bunch of
Right.
money.
Yeah, that's fine, yeah. Yeah.
He thought it was only a little thing and ends up being a big thing, so.
Yep.
But the minutes will show that the applicant,
Sir, you have something to talk about there?
Sure do.
Yeah. Who are you representing?
So Tom Schaumer from SCC Associates for
This is number 4?
yes.
Yeah.
CIB Custom Homes.
You want Bill to read it?
Pardon me? Oh, I'm sorry, Bill, yeah, could you read the, no, sorry.
Application for a variance, SCC Associates requests a variance for a dwelling addition and attached barn at 9 Highland Street. 11 block.
you want to look at mine too?
9-1.
We can share this.
Would you like to introduce yourself, please, your name and address?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Tom Schomburg, Project Manager at SEC and Associates, here on behalf of the applicant and owner of record, CIB Custom Homes, for this variance. I'm just going to give a quick overview for this preliminary. The existing parcel contains 73,339 square feet, about 1.68 acres. It's located in the residential A zone and contains an existing single-family dwelling served with an on-site well and septic system. There is a wetland near the center of the lot. One here, as well as one here, 2 separate wetlands. These wetlands both have their 50-foot buffer covering a large portion of the usable area surrounding the existing home. The request would be to request a variance from Article 27, Section 8B, permitting a 26-foot by 38-foot addition with attached garage. Here, it would involve relocating the existing driveway to this location instead, as well as the construction of a 30-foot by 30-foot detached barn located in the rear of the site. Both of these would be located within the 50-foot wetland buffer. The building addition would be approximately 30 feet from the wetlands, and the barn would be approximately 45 feet from the edge of the wetlands. Both structures are located on already developed upland within the existing maintained lawn, so there'd be no filling, dredging, or alteration of the wetland proposed. No clearing of any native or untouched vegetation within the buffer is proposed, and we are proposing erosion controls to be maintained throughout any construction to prevent inadvertent alteration of the wetlands. So be happy to answer any questions you have.
Yeah. Yes, Jim?
Are you planning on abandoning what I believe is the easterly driveway?
That would be the intent, yes, because Highland is a state road, so we'd only be allowed one driveway either way.
And the only other, that should be so noted on the plan.
Sure, you know that.
I have a question. He's not finished.
Well radius needs to, is that a play barn, an animal barn?
Excuse me, Jim, could you speak up a little bit? Because
Oh, sorry, I don't have one.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Is the proposed barn to house animals?
My understanding is that it wouldn't be, but I'd have to confirm with the applicant prior to the public hearing.
Okay, because that would be very important, because if it is going to house animals, you need to show a manure storage area that is outside the well radius. Those are the two things that I saw on here. You know, show that the existing driveway is to be abandoned. And it probably would be good
This is the
to
original
show
driveway.
some sort of access to get to the barn. Right at the moment, you could not drive a horse trailer between the two patios. So
Right.
that would just be helpful in determining.
The other thing is, I think it is correct, but the distance from the porch, the front of the porch, to the center of the road needs to be 65 feet. I think it is, but the plan should show that.
Correct, yes. Yep, I'll make sure to add a label there.
I also have a question.
Yep.
Have you touched base with the road agent yet about the proposed driveway? Because I believe that
On a
this
state
proposed
road.
driveway is right across the street from an existing driveway on the other side of the street.
We haven't spoken with the road agent yet, but I believe that again.
It's on a state road,
It's a-
not
it's a
the
state
road
road.
agent.
Oh, it's a state,
So it would just be a DOT permit.
Highland is a state road?
Yes, so he has to go to.
Island Street is.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry, didn't realize that.
Jack, Mary's raising her hand.
I'm sorry, Mary.
One thing that I didn't see here that we've had with several other people is a letter from the owner stating that this gentleman can speak on his behalf. Is that a requirement?
Yeah.
Did you hear her comment?
Yeah, I believe I had something similar submitted.
Well, your letter says that you are on behalf of the applicant, but
There's no signature from the
no
applicant.
signature from the applicant
This
saying
doesn't
that.
show any abutters.
I can definitely make sure to secure one and
Yeah,
and
usually it's
have it
just like
submitted
a
in.
two-sentence thing.
Yeah, I'll make sure to get that.
71 Holy Mackerel.
Yes, I can add that. That's for the silt fence.
Jim, what'd you say?
Existing structure.
Jim, can you repeat that?
We can't hear you. What'd you say?
On the left-hand side, down near Highland Street, there's a straight line with little X's in it. It's not listed on the legend as to what it is.
You're right.
I believe the response was that it's,
Well, no, it is marked higher up where, with an arrow, say proposed erosion control. If you go near
By
the
the
barn.
barn, near the barn.
okay, I'll take your word for that.
He's left the legend either way.
But there also is an error in your legend. It says it's a 100-foot wetland setback. And the line is at 50.
Sure does.
If you're fixing things.
Well,
Any other questions, everyone?
Make a motion that we move this application for a public hearing on September 2nd.
Somebody want to second that?
Second.
Take a roll call here, Bill, when you get a second.
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. Reardon,
Yes.
Mrs. White,
Yes.
Mr. Kozak.
Yes. Okay. We will see you next month.
thank you. See you then.
Thank you.
Is there any other new business?
Yeah, no, I just wanna say, I like flipped out later on, I
Go to
wanna
the
say
mic.
sorry and all that stuff.
Honey, go to the mic.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, so I just wanna say sorry when I walked out. Like talking a little bit, like rude, I would say. I just wanna say sorry to you guys, just, cause I went out home and I'm like feeling like all kind of, like bad, like, the way I was talking, you know what I mean? So I just wanna give you my apologies, just in case, all right? It's just going through a lot today, and all right. And so I just went to the planning board and bring some plans, they told me with the plans.
You're going to have to apply for an alteration of, what do you call it?
Rain?
No. He's going to have to change the plan.
Yes.
Amended.
Thank you,
Yeah,
amended
you-
site plan.
You're gonna have to apply for an amended site plan.
Okay, for amended, and that takes what, a couple weeks, months, or how does that work?
Well, you're gonna have to do that, they'll need a public hearing.
Right.
Yeah.
So usually what does that take after, no, just because I could cancel I have everybody online, just to cancel everybody, I know, what time frame, so I could.
Well, you have to get your information into the person who collects the information. He'll take a look at it, he'll decide whether you have everything that you need. And again, there's probably a list on the side for planning board that says the different things that you need to have. You look up on the website, and then he will give the information to the chair. The chair will look at it and say, okay, well, I think maybe we need something, we're missing something. And then we'll have a hearing.
Okay, so probably like a
Okay.
2 month probably?
Well, the zoning board only meets once a month.
Yeah, but the planning board meets twice
Oh,
a month. He's
planning board,
going to the
excuse
planning
me,
board.
yes,
Yeah.
planning board twice.
Yeah.
So, once you get your information in and do your butter notices, then the administrative assistant can tell you when is your meeting gonna be, because you need to have all your notices out in time.
And I can give you the application and all the other information, send it to you in an email.
Okay, do I need to have somebody to draw the actual driveway if you're gonna go, or like the drawing of the actual driveway, or?
I believe that the statement was there needs to be a plot area.
Yes,
So
certified plot plan.
22 by 34 sheet
Okay.
at, was it 1 to 20 is the scale? Yes.
Bill, can you send him an email and tell him
Yes, I was just
what
letting
he,
you know that.
what he
Yeah,
needs?
So I thought it was going to be
Yeah.
close in that, so you would know exactly what you needed for the planning board application.
Right. And Jim wants to say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, so I could start letting the process go, but I could let my framers, everybody know that everything's gonna be hold up for a couple months, all right?
Jim has one thing down here.
I would personally suggest the planning board has something called a conceptual consultation. It does not require a public hearing. You actually get to go before them with a paper drawing of what you want to do. You've only got very short time because that stuff would have to be in tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, you can't do that last minute, but there's a planning board meeting, I believe, next Tuesday night,
Okay.
where you could do the conceptual review. And then you can ask the planning board, okay, which process do you want me to go through? Because you're looking at the driveway, it may need an amended site plan. The planning board, we can't tell the planning board which process that they have to use. The planning board can then look at you and say, okay, this is minor, we only need this, or this is something full blown. But I would suggest doing it that way. You're not paying any money to go to the planning board.
Yeah, no, I'm really worried about the time frame of my project here, so if I got everybody lined out, the frame or everybody, so I wanna, yeah, I'll have to push everybody out, you know what I mean?
Well, that way you get the quickest response from the planning board on how they wish to handle it.
Okay.
I mean, we're lucky Ms. White is a member of the planning board, but the members are used to working from plans that are given to them.
Okay.
But with the conceptual review, it's just, I'd like to move the driveway down here, which process do you want me to use to do that? And it saves you the whole hassle of going through and possibly submitting the wrong application.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, so I could talk with Dennis, right? He's the one that's here. So he could probably draw the actual, actual plan, right? And then I bring it here. Dennis is the one who did my foundation certification.
Yeah, I can.
That's-
I'm not an engineer.
No, I'm sorry. There's some guy here in town. I think he's the one that Dennis, his name is? No, I
You heard about Quintel?
Yes, he did my foundation permit, and he did my foundation certification. That he went out and checked. He's from here from Newton.
He's referring to Dennis Quintal.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that with the site plan, he was all over.
Yeah.
That's a one, and then I presented that to planning board, right?
The ZBA can't tell you to use a particular person. However, if you speak to Mr. Quintal, he can probably point you in the right direction.
Okay, yeah, because it's better, because I don't know how to draw, so if he goes and he puts it in the plans the way,
Yeah.
and then it's better me to present it to the planning board than just on a piece of paper.
Right, but you can, by going before the planning board, find out from them exactly what they want you to do so that you're not wasting time producing something and then have them go, oh gee, you did a lot more than we expected.
All right, makes sense. All right, so I'll let you guys, good night, all right, I'm so sorry that having a lot of stuff going on. Take care, thank you.
Thank you.
We have some board business, acceptance of the minutes of July. Ms. Reardon?
I just got them 5 minutes before the meeting started and tonight. Just looking at it now, there's no names on the end of the first page. There's a phrase there that says motion to close the public hearing, seconded by, but there's no names. I don't know that you actually, do we actually have a motion to close the hearing? Or did Jack just say it's closed?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it is. Either way can happen.
Right, so I've got that Roger motioned to close the public hearing,
Yeah.
and that Frank seconded, and it was in
I would suggest that rather than, seeing that we all got these
Wait till
just
next
before the
month.
meeting, and I haven't even looked at them at all, that we delay until next month to accept the minutes.
Does anybody want to, you make a motion to
That was a
accept?
motion.
I didn't quite hear, you were gobbling there, I didn't quite hear it. My hearing's going bad too. Somebody make a motion, a second motion?
Second.
Okay. Bill, when you get a moment to count the vote?
Oh, who seconded it? Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Hamel,
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs.
Yes.
Ms. Reardon,
Yes,
Mrs. White,
Yes.
Mr. Kozak.
Yes. Okay. Motion carries. No other business that I can think of. Okay.
Oh, Frank first, go ahead.
Can we write a letter to the building department and ask them to get a driveway permit before he does a foundation permit? Because he makes sure there's a foundation, a driveway permit to get a building permit. But you don't need that to get a foundation permit. And that's what the whole problem here is. It would save us time.
Demonstration on the people's.
Right, I don't know,
Yeah.
you know,
My question, not being in the business, is it seems like this has been the practice for a very long time.
yes, it has been. You can get
Is
a,
there any particular reason why the practice originated?
I don't know. I don't know where it says that you don't need a driveway permit until you get a building permit.
And maybe it's never been addressed before. Maybe it just needs to be
Maybe.
changed somewhere
Yeah.
in whatever procedure, whether it's the building department procedure, maybe we should make a suggestion to them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Just make
That's
a
what he's saying.
suggestion to
Right.
Because people.
try to help us up here.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, and to help the people too, so they don't end up doing
Right,
something that they shouldn't
Like,
do.
like
Like
him, if he
this.
had the driveway permit to begin with,
Can one of you wonderful people take care of that?
Yes.
Okay.
So do we need a motion, or is it just gonna happen?
I'll
just
make a motion that we send some sort of a
Memo or
communication from
something.
the board
Yep.
to the building department to ask them maybe just
to suggest that they change their procedure
Right.
to require driveway permits before issuing foundation permits.
Right, because we've had several instances where
Right.
it's after the fact,
Right.
yeah.
That it?
Somebody second that?
Second.
Bill, could you take another
That was
count,
quick.
please?
I don't need to be involved.
Mr. Hamel?
Aye.
Mr. Gibbs? Aye. Ms. Reardon?
Aye.
Mrs. White?
Aye.
Mr. Kozak?
Aye. There's no other business we have to
I
discuss?
have other business.
Oh,
See, just when you thought you were going to leave. So Bill and I discussed this. I mentioned it to you, Jack, but I actually did this. And tonight's meeting was a perfect example of why we need to do this. I'll keep my mic with you, because they didn't get a copy of what I did, did they?
No, I passed that out.
Oh, you did? So my suggestion to Bill, and I mentioned it to Jack, is on our instructions that are on the website, I added a box at the bottom that says initial, above, and date, and this will become the first page of every application. So now they can't say, gee, I didn't see that, like that guy did when I
Yeah.
said it's on the website.
So whose initial do you want on here?
The applicant's-
The applicant's initial?
Yeah, it will be,
that's a good eye, because you heard this
Did you see it,
gentleman,
Jim?
it is what it is.
okay.
This was prompted primarily because last Thursday, the last applicant came in and had it delivered 5 minutes before.
Yeah, right.
And
So if he doesn't have that, baby, yes.
So this would help
Right, yeah.
them realize, like that one person that said, well, we don't know anything about this. And when I said, well, it's on the website, well, whatever. But now it will be part of the packet.
Good idea.
And now it covers us, and we could say, like we could have
So when the
tonight,
applicant comes in, we're
this was
looking at, that's gonna
included.
be
You
the
know
cover
you need a
page.
certified plan, or
Yeah.
you know you need an abutters list.
Right.
And that way, when Bill receives the application, if all these 7 things aren't there, you know what, you're not gonna make the meeting,
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
good idea.
okay?
Everybody agree with that?
Yep, I think that's a good idea.
Now,
Uh-oh, it was always Roger.
my question about this
Yes,
gets to be, so you got a date of October of '25. Is
that's the date that's the most recent time we've made.
So that's when we changed the application? 'Cause
Yes.
I've got one from February of '25, where the application fees were $250.
But then we
We dropped
changed
them all
it.
to 100?
Yep, we had minutes of meetings.
Okay.
I think Jim was here when we did that, and we ended up changing it, so this was the most recent. Change.
So this is what, the fees that are
Yes.
listed here.
This is
are the
currently-
fees that we are currently.
Currently taking, yes.
And that leads to another thing that I think I noticed in the last month. There needs to be better synchronization between planning board and the documentation and zoning as to what the fees are. So I guess there would be a need for a review. I'm getting information that there are 2 separate charges for specific items, depending on if you're looking at the current information or the current application. There's a disagreement between documentation.
In ZBA or planning board.
I've seen it in planning board more often, but I've also noticed that there is
So-
discrepancy.
Other
shouldn't be.
than this piece of paper, where else are zoning board fees listed?
They are listed on the website, but if they're listed there and people are looking at
Why
that,
isn't this piece of paper on the website?
It is, I uploaded this.
Yeah.
I uploaded this.
and if it's an old piece of information, they're going to come in with an incorrectly.
Well, that's, who's responsible
That's
for
right, they-
updating the website?
Right. We are, and if they used to have something old, they might have got that 2 years ago when they first came to planning board.
That's
And that's too bad. This is the date.
exactly.
Exactly. I have no problem saying that.
Well, as long as the current information is available on the website. That's as good as we can do.
Yeah.
That's right, right.
I got a question. If this says adopted 10/15/25.
Yes.
Don't we need to, on top of it or under, say amended, and then the date that you changed these dates then? Put the both. When you
We
adopted it
could.
and the amended date.
This has been how it was done, so I just copied what was done.
Right.
Yeah.
You amended the one that was done on 10/25 by putting this little box on the bottom.
Right,
I think that's the
and
point.
right,
You need to put whatever date you
Oh, I
want.
see, what I'm adding, you mean? Okay, yeah. So
And the fees have changed.
Right.
amended,
That was the date that these fees went in.
Oh, okay, okay.
So just
That should
put
say-
amended
that should
and then
say
the date.
amended Because there was
Amended.
an amendment to the original document.
Right. That's good.
And, Mr. Chairman, if I can, there are a couple of things on here that are in error in according to statute. Abutters are not within 50 feet. Abutters are any property as listed, both sides, rear, across the street, and diagonally across the street. Those are your abutters. You don't have to go 50 feet up the road.
Yeah.
And the checks need to be made out, one to the town of Newton and one to the ZBA escrow account, because they go into different places. And the ZBA escrow account can't receive a check made out to the town of Newton, it has to be made out to the escrow account.
ZBA, okay.
Just like the planning board NEPR account, those checks have to be made out to the NEPR account.
Thank you. Seeing nothing else, I'm going to officially close the meeting at
We need to vote to adopt.
a vote to adapt that
adopt
modification.
the
Well,
changes
Roger,
to
you
the
were
form.
falling asleep there. I heard you snoring, so I figured we were all over. Because you're always the first one to make the, who'd like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we adopt the changes to the zoning board instruction sheet.
Do we have a second?
Second. So that's including what Jim just said, as well as this box, or?
we have to talk to their treasurer because she's been giving us regulations. So number 7, we have to talk to our treasurer.
Okay, they may have changed the process.
Right,
Okay.
yep.
You want to take a vote?
Mr. Hamel?
Yes.
Mr. Gibbs?
Yes.
Ms. Reardon? Mrs. White?
Yes.
Mr. Kozak?
Right, yes. Okay. Is there any other business for this evening? We adjourn at 8 p.m. Thank you, everyone.